Okay, so let's go over a couple of vocab words that we've already talked about. When we are multiplying and the same rule is going to apply for dividing, what do we have to do to mix numbers before we can do any of that? We've got to change them to what?
Improper fraction.
You got it, improper fraction. So, like last week when we were multiplying, we had to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. We have to do the same thing with division. Okay? A whole number and a fraction create a mixed number. And this is a mixed number. So the parts of the mixed number, what is the 5? Whole number. I'm going to abbreviate number. This is a pound sign, not just a hashtag. Okay? What is the 2? Numerator. Alright, and 3 would be the denominator. Guys, the number of people that still missed that the last time we had vocab on a quiz or test, you've got to know numerator's top number, denominator's the bottom number. What is an expression that is written with a numerator and denominator separated by a line? Fraction. A fraction. Numerator and denominator separated by a line. I agree. I know. All right. What is the top number again? Numerator. That tells how many are in the fraction. It tells the part. Now, number 6 is going to be a new word. And this is what we're going to use this week when we talk about division. Okay? So the reciprocal. Yes, it sounds funny. Reciprocal. Okay? If someone does something nice for you and you turn around and do something nice for them, that is reciprocating. You are giving back. You are turning it around. Okay? With division of fractions, we're turning them upside down. The reciprocal is the flip. Here's your key word right here. It's the flip of the fraction. Now, the fancy definition of a reciprocal means that when you flip your fraction and multiply it, you would end up with 1. And watch and see how this happens. What would we say our reciprocal of 4/11ths is? 11/4. Now, notice I'm also not putting an equal sign. Because 4/11ths is not equal to 11/4. It is the reciprocal. It is the flip of that fraction. But if you look at it and I were to multiply across, 4 times 11, 11 times 4, I would end up with 44 over 44, which is 1 whole. Okay? What would be our flip of 8/12? 12/8. You got it. So you may see a question that says, what is the reciprocal of this fraction? And you have to tell it. Let me ask you this, and here's we'll do a little bonus one over here. What would be the reciprocal of 4?
1/1. 4/1.
1 over 4. Your reciprocal would be 1 over 4 because how do we know 4 as a fraction is 4 over 1? So 1 over 4 would be your reciprocal. All right, now look at number 3. What have I got to do first? I've got to make it improper. I can't do anything with it. I cannot find the reciprocal of this until I make it an improper fraction. Guys, if you're having trouble making them improper, you are going to get every problem wrong. Make sure, okay, you are multiplying. Whole number times denominator plus the numerator. 9 over 2. Denominator stays the same. So what would our reciprocal be? 2/9. So again, this is the only new part. The fact that we are using a reciprocal. Okay? And the reciprocal is the flip. So, let's now talk about what happens when we actually divide fractions. So, we're going to change any mixed number to improper fractions. Number 1, you can't do anything, bless you, until you change them to improper. Then we're going to use, as the song just said, keep, change, flip. You can abbreviate that KCF. It is not KFC. And when we talk about simplifying, this is also when we would do the cross cancel.
Last year, our math teacher called it KFC.
Well, we can't do KFC. We got to do keep, change your sign, then flip the second fraction. Hang on. If you've got a question, though, make sure it's about this, because don't forget I am recording. Okay? All right, and then the last thing, remember we multiply straight across. Okay? So looking at our first example, what have we got to do?
16 and 24.
What have we got to do?
Make it improper.
Make it into an improper fraction. So 5 times 3
15.
plus 1, 16 over 3. And that is still divided by 4 over 21. Now, once we've changed it to an improper fraction, I'm going to move over here because I ran out of room. I'm going to keep my first fraction, change my sign from division to multiplication, and flip my second fraction. At this point, we're now back to where we were last week, and we can cross cancel and multiply. Are there anything there, any numbers there I can cross cancel? What, 3 and 21. What will go into 3 and 21? 3. So 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 21 7 times. Anything else? Which one? Carter.
3 fifths
Hang on.
should turn into 16 over 3. What about flipping it?
We don't flip yet. We don't flip till we get over here. We got to after we make it improper, then we can flip. But we don't flip the first one. We only flip the second one. All right, 4 and 16. What will go into both? 4. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 16 4 times. So 4 times 7 gives us 28. 1 times 1. And then we know that is 28. No, I would highly suggest don't do two things in one line. Don't change it and flip it in the same line. So looking here, what have we got to do first? The improper. We've got to make the second fraction improper. So remember, backwards C. All right, so what do we do with our 3/8?
8/3.
No? Do we flip the first one?
No.
No, only flip the second. So this one's going to be the same, 3/8. Okay? And we're going to keep our division sign because we haven't done any flipping yet. So what does our next fraction become? 27 over 10. Awesome. Now, this is where I can go back to the KCF. And I'm going to keep my first fraction. Sorry, I'm going to move up here because we're running out of room. What am I going to do to my sign? I'm going to change it. Yes, so keep, change, and then what's my reciprocal?
10/27.
10/27. Okay. Is there anything there I can cross cancel? Which one? 3 and 27. So what will go into both 3 and 27?
8.
Careful. Back it up just a second. All right, so 3 will go into both. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 27.
9.
Awesome. What about 8 and 10?
2.
2, because 4 is a good thought, but 4 can't go into 10. So 4 can go into 8 how many times?
4. 2.
2 times. 2 goes into 10 how many times?
5.
Oh, y'all
Yeah.
hold on, wait, back me up. That's 4. I know, I'm thinking it and saying the wrong thing. All right, and 2 goes into 10 how many times? 5. There we go. Now we're on the same page. All right, multiply straight across. What is 5 times 1?
5.
And 4 times 9?
36.
Can we simplify?
Yes.
No, we're good. Hey, and remember, 5 is a prime number, right? So unless that denominator is a multiple of 5, then we're good. We can't simplify. All right? Hold tight. We're going to do a couple together. And what I'm giving you is going to be your classwork / homework. So, about dividing is if you felt good about last week, we're just doing the same stuff. We just added one more step.
So,
Hang on. Okay. All right, what now? Yes.
So, to change this,
I have to make it improper first. Then I can flip it. So 4 times 2 plus 1, that gives me 9 over 2. Then I can flip it. You can't flip it as a mixed number. It has to be an improper fraction. Okay, so do me a favor. First thing I want you to do, next to number 2, I want you to write, or right above it, I want you to put ADV. You guys are going to do this one. It's a little bit challenging. Okay? Right. All right, let's look at number 1 together. Okay, we've got 2 mixed numbers. So what do we have to do? We've got to make them improper first. So 2 times 6 would give us
12.
plus 5.
17.
So that's 17 over 6. Again, I'm still dividing. I haven't changed anything yet. What's 6 times 5?
36.
Plus 4.
34.
And denominator stays the same. At this point, okay, so on this row, all I've done is changed my mixed numbers into improper fractions. Now I can do keep, change, flip. And that's why I would suggest work out the first row, make sure it's just changing into improper fractions. Then the second row you can keep, change, flip. Yes?
Wouldn't flipping be the fraction and changing the
Sign.
sign?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but why is it change that and flip?
Keep, change, flip.
Okay.
I'm not flipping the first one, only the second one.
No, I meant flipping the division sign into
Oh no, that's changing. Because literally on your fraction, you are flipping it upside down. All right, anything I can cross cancel there?
Yes.
Which ones?
34.
17 and 34. 17 will go into 17 one time. 17 goes into 34 twice. What's 1 times 5?
5.
6 times 2?
12.
We can't simplify. All right, let's try number 3. What have we got to do with this whole number?
Make it improper.
So how do I do that?
You put a 1
Put it over a 1. So that becomes 3 over 1. Still dividing. 1 times 3 plus 1
4.
over 3. Now, they're all improper. So now I'm going to do 3 over 1. I'm going to keep that one, change my sign, flip my second fraction. 3 times 3, 4 times 1. Okay, can I make that into a mixed number?
Yes.
What would it be?
2 1/4.
Awesome. And that's just saying how many times will 4 go into 9, which is 2 whole times. That would give us 8. Then we have 1 left over out of 4. Okay, let's skip down and do number... no, let's do number 10 together. Okay, again, we have a whole number, so I'm going to put it over 1. So 5 over 1 divided by, what's 8 times 4?
32.
Plus 3? 35 over 4. Now I can do keep, change, flip. Can I cross cancel? Which numbers?
5 times 5.
5 will go into 5.
One time.
1 time. 5 goes into 35.
7 times.
So 1 times 4.
Is 4 7.
1 times 7. 7. Any questions so far? It is. And the great thing is, like, multiplying, dividing, no common denominators, and you're doing the same thing. So, yeah.